But what this does show is that, there is some concern for the Trump team here. We've known for a while that Flynn has been afraid or concerned, I guess, about the legal vulnerability of not only himself but particularly his son in some of these dealings. The potential that he is chatting or talking with Mueller shows that this is getting to a serious level. Those who have worked with Mueller say that he is not going to be working on a deal with someone unless he knows for sure, he's confident that he's going to get something in return.
But to keep in mind sort of where this investigation has gone, you think about the two indictments that were returned, one against Manafort, one against Gates, and then the plea deal with Papadopoulos. When you take specifically Manafort and Gates, they were indicted for things that have absolutely nothing to do with the Trump administration, absolutely nothing to do with the quote-unquote Russia investigation. So very possibly that could be exactly what's happening with Flynn, correct?
Yeah, I mean that is potentially what could be happening, but I think what you're seeing is a sign of how this investigation is kind of tapping closer and closer to the inner circle. You mentioned Manafort. We continue to learn more and more about some of Manafort's connections to Russia. The issues with Russia, these type of connections just raise more speculation, more concerns about what's happening. But I mean, I think the fact of the matter is, with this investigation, there is so much that we don't know, and as we learn more and more every week, I think it just raises more questions.
Clearly, Michael Flynn, you've got whatever possible issues, if there are any, as it relates to the Trump campaign's discussions or involvement with Russia. But Flynn has his own problems when it comes to Russia that are completely separate from this, taking money for speeches, not registering as a foreign agent. There's a lot of other stuff there that there may create smoke for the White House without any fire attached to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's so many issues involved with this. The direction that could go is in so many different ways. I think it's important to to keep that context in mind. Obviously, I think what the concern here and the concern with the Trump administration, obviously, is that Flynn was so close the Trump campaign, that Flynn was so close. I mean, here he is someone, if he is negotiating with Mueller, this could give Mueller kind of a behind-the-scenes look at some of those potential things that you're talking about.
At the same level, is the White House concerned at all that you've got somebody like Flynn who clearly has some significant legal problems outside of his dealings with the Trump administration on his own? His son clearly might have some pretty serious issues as well. Is the Trump administration worried that all of a sudden he's going to flip and may, shall we say, overinflate what he knows as a way to ingratiate himself to Mueller?
Well, I mean, I don't want to speak for the administration. Obviously, you had Trump's attorney saying before that this was something that they expected, or not unexpected. I think you could argue that they kind of did expect it, especially after the charges against Manafort and Gates. At the same time, you pointed out, your reporter just pointed out earlier, that Trump has been a bit silent about today's news on Flynn. He has been more and more quiet about these issues, which I think is a reflection of the concerns that the administration has about this investigation, about how close it is tapping on the inner circle. Miller, Hope Hicks, Manafort. Obviously, this is more of a risk. Before it was kind of a nuisance. I think now they're recognizing this is serious.
Well, and it certainly seems as though he's gotten advice from counsel to not talk about the Russia investigation, whether he's concerned about it or not. Appreciate your time, sir. As always, thanks so much. We'll subscribe to the podcast.
Thank you so much.
All right, Leah.